Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's time for a Transformers again.
I want off this ride.
This ride was your idea.
I know, and I want off.
So, welcome, Izumi Nation. We're back for part 4 of our Michael Bay Transformers review.
Of less and less Scorponok every movie.
On the upside, though, only 2 movies left, including this one. So, yeah. So here we are, Transformers 4. As internet
Transformers.
Yeah, as internet personality Evangelist said, real opportunity wasted not naming it Transformers. Yeah. The Age of Extinction.
We're promised the most boring Grimlock to happen.
This is going to be an interesting one because I've only heard this is one I've never seen before. As I mentioned in Dark of the Moon, I'd seen that one before. This one I'm going in mostly blind.
I'm just sad because it sounds like Swoop's not in it.
I think Swoop is in it, but they named him Strafe.
So Swoop's not in it.
I've heard tell Lockdown from Animated is in this one. You know, one of the best villains in the show. Oof, yeah. No more Shia.
I miss Shia.
Well, do you miss Shia? Even after
Shia.
that last one, you miss Shia? Instead, we have Mark Wahlberg, who you may remember from Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, or you might remember as that guy who has committed several violent hate crimes toward people due to their race. So I'm not a huge fan of Mark Wahlberg.
I know we're going into, like, the worst age of consent thing ever on screen.
Yeah, apparently that's coming. I have no... apparently this movie just is the one that actually acknowledges that Optimus is a psychopathic murderer in this universe, though, so I guess that's something. Oh, boy. Oh, there's one other thing. There is something I'm actually looking forward to in this movie, sincerely. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I'm actually excited about this. Frank Welker finally returns as as Galvatron, after Hugo Weaving played him for the last 3 movies. What a waste of your Hugo Weaving, though. I know I said that before, but still. So do you have any other thoughts going in, aside from that you miss Shia?
I miss Scorponok.
You miss Scorponok? Can we get a picture of Shia riding Scorponok? Actually, I could do that with action figures. Yeah. I have a Shia and I have a Scorponok.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, this is... Oh, boy. Alright.
I miss Swoop.
Let's find out how much the Dinobots are even in this movie. Oh, boy! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! I'm sorry, guys! Oh, my God! That might have been the worst one yet, but...
Nothing interesting happened until 2 hours into the movie.
2 hours into this movie!
This was our second try watching it because I got bored out of my wits by the first hour.
Yeah, well, like, the first hour of the movie, has almost the same premise as Bumblebee, except set in modern times, and also if Bumblebee were a shit movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
So hard to take this seriously.
So Mark Wahlberg. So Mark Wahlberg is our new main character, and very appropriately, one of the first, just like the real Mark Wahlberg, one of the first things we see him do in this movie is threaten a person of color with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
So, you know, at least not a stretch. And he builds robots that are terrible. They don't do the job. And then, while hanging out with T.J. Miller, he finds broken down Optimus Prime, who is turning into his 80s alt mode.
Because hiding.
Oh, yeah, because the government hates Transformers because of the last movie, which Frank
makes sense.
I'm about to say, I don't blame him. I hated Transformers after that last movie. Oh my god. Oh yeah, also, before the movie starts, there's a prelude where aliens drop, like, metal bombs on dinosaurs.
The seed.
The seed. Which, oh my god.
Creates transformium.
Yeah. Transformium.
Did he think really hard about that? Like, did he get it from the Avatar guy, or did he get it from Gundam Wing?
Yeah, I don't...
Unobtainium?
Unobtainium, Gundanium, and now Transformium.
Which is the new word for explodium, and that's what we're gonna use.
I'm fine with that. So, yeah, you had Stanley Tucci owns a company that builds fake Transformers. By the way, all of this, it takes them 2 hours to establish all this crap that we're saying. So, yeah, Mark Wahlberg meets Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime introduces Mark Wahlberg to the other Autobots.
After threatening to kill everyone.
Mark Wahlberg's daughter and her boyfriend explains why her repeated statutory rape is super okay, which the
with
movie
a bullshit law,
which the movie stops cold to explain, which is super disturbing
and creepy.
T.J. Miller dies,
which was unfortunate.
Which is actually unfortunate
because he was the best part of that first act.
Lockdown is in the first act for some reason. All this shit happens in the first 2 hours.
But it's not interesting.
And there's no plot.
I think that the plot is capture Optimus.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's very vaguely capture Optimus, but Optimus really isn't in the movie until the third hour.
So what's insane is that they establish... Oh yeah, Optimus, we have to talk about Optimus's introduction in this movie. So, Cade, Mark Wahlberg's character, is convinced that this truck is a transformer. It wakes up, it's Optimus, and he's screaming, "I'll kill you!
I'll kill you all!"
And Mark Wahlberg's response, he looks at...
Don't worry, he's not gonna hurt you!
He says this after Optimus is flailing around with a gun yelling, "I'll kill you." Oh my god, you guys. So, like, this movie takes some steps forward, but then takes 2 steps back for every step forward it makes.
You gotta remember that Frasier's in it. Frasier is evil.
Yeah, evil Frasier. There's a CIA guy played by Frasier, so that's weird. Kelsey Grammer, yeah, is an evil CIA guy.
His voice would have been perfect for Lockdown. Just saying.
Oh my god, this movie is such a disservice to Lockdown. Like, Lockdown is such a great character in Transformers Animated, and this is just awful.
And it's supposed to be Lockdown versus Ratchet. Like, it's just supposed to be Lockdown versus Ratchet.
Well, we get that, it's just he kills Ratchet at the beginning of the movie. You know?
And Optimus Prime gets the kill that Ratchet so greatly deserves.
Frankly, yes, I agree. There were Okay, so my favorite step forward and then 2 steps back, though, is that for the first time since the first movie...
They have personalities.
Yeah, the Autobots actually have personalities. They're all awful, and I hate them, but they have personalities.
Drift has a sense of humor, at least.
It's true. There was a legitimately funny scene where Drift, played by Ken Watanabe, who I have this growing crush on at this point. Drift, played by Ken Watanabe, they're on this lockdown spaceship, and Drift, with his swords out, is like, "We must make violence our absolute last resort."
And then a tentacle comes out and tries to attack him. He's like, "Oh, and I don't know what you are. I'm going to kill you. It's dead now."
Yeah, I mean, that was actually pretty funny.
It's dead now. It's not moving.
It's dead. Like, that was actually pretty funny. But yeah, like, the Autobots are a bunch of awful assholes.
You have Crosshairs, the neon green trench coat. which I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. You've got Hound, played by John Goodman,
who kind of acts like a misogynist version of Bulkhead. Like, he looks
close enough to Bulkhead.
He looks more like Bulkhead than Hound. I thought that was really a weird...
And...
whatever.
Yeah.
Jeez. So Stanley Tucci is building his own Transformers, and because they're man-made and made out of transformium, the CG animators got really lazy, so the way they transform just looks like butt. Actually, most of the CG looks like ass. I don't know how this looked in theater, but on Blu-ray on a decent TV, this looks like ass.
Okay, I know we made fun of 2007 for being 2007, but this makes 2007 look like a friggin' masterpiece.
Oh, can we talk about the fact that the robot character designs have gotten noticeably worse?
Yep.
Like, Optimus and Bumblebee look terrible in this movie. Absolutely terrible. Weirdly, Optimus, even though he turns into a flat-nosed truck at the beginning of the movie, like the G1 cartoon, his robot mode looks the way he did in the first 3 movies. Then he turns into a different truck, and his robot mode looks completely different after that.
Yep.
Super weird.
That makes sense.
Also,
all you need to do to repair a Transformer, apparently, is to get them to scan and change their alt mode.
Yeah, apparently. So one of the stupid subplots is in Stanley Tucci's man-made Transformer army, the leader is one he wants to look like Optimus Prime, and it's like a silver semi-truck, and now, like, logically, wouldn't you name that character
Nemesis Prime?
Nemesis Prime, right.
Who's been a recurring character in the franchise.
And
because alternate colors on toys are cheap.
An evil version of Optimus Prime, right? Instead, he's named Galvatron.
Because that makes sense.
Because, yes, it literally is reincarnated Megatron, but, like, Stanley Tucci is even calling him Galvatron and complaining, why does Galvatron not look like Optimus Prime? That's an actual line, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Galvatron, we had Frank Welker return as Galvatron for the first time in quite a while.
He was good.
He was okay,
I
yeah.
was really disappointed that he was only in like 12 minutes total of the film.
But like the plot doesn't kick in until Galvatron wakes up. So like,
after Galvatron wakes up.
Yeah.
It kicks in well after Galvatron wakes up.
Well, I guess when he wakes up proper, I mean. Oh, by the way, also Galvatron has the Gypsy Danger glowing heart thing.
Yep.
And then they had like Stanley Tucci make fun of it and like, I hate it, it's terrible. And I'm like, I get it, Michael Bay, you're jealous someone else made a robot movie, but that's what happens when you actually make a good robot movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I'm saying this. There was one other thing I actually did like. Occasionally, the movie made nods to politics in a direction I agreed with, which I didn't expect in a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, no, not in a Michael Bay movie.
Like, it's implied unions are good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Can deal with that. Especially in post-2016 America, a movie where a CIA guy is told, no, you're wrong, when he says all aliens are bad, and a group of different people come together to stop the bad guy. That was welcome.
Nice.
And I just think Michael Bay couldn't have done that on purpose, because then, like, the movie he made after this was the Benghazi movie. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Michael Bay just has really nuanced and simultaneously smart and stupid politics all at the same time. I don't know.
I really liked Lockdown's wolves. He had wolves.
Yeah, he had robot wolves.
They were cool.
They were...
Like, my interest in the movie started there. That's 2 hours in, by the way, guys.
Inside Lockdown Ship was actually fun.
Yes.
That was fun. There was cool stuff there.
I really did like the Dinobots.
The Dinobots were great. Oh, also the Dinobots aren't there until like the last half hour of the movie.
Yeah, I really liked Slug. Slug acted like a cat. I really loved Slug. Slug was so cute.
Goodbye, buddy.
I loved Swoop, because, you know, I just go gaga for Swoop in general.
Even though Swoop is like a two-headed dragon thing in this. It was weird.
How to Train Your Dragon came out.
Oh, that's right. I also love that
He's
after
stealing ideas from things.
After they beat the bad guys, Optimus is just go free Dinobots, cause chaos.
Yes! Yes! Launch this giant Spinosaurus into the world.
Optimus is clearly unhinged in this movie.
Oh yeah,
he's completely insane.
You see his eyes twitching and everything. But no, I think the Dinobots and the wolves were the best part of this movie.
I don't think you're wrong. My other favorite part is that Galvatron, so they fight Galvatron's new army of Vehicons for a bit. They don't call them Vehicons,
but they're Vehicons.
They're Vehicons, yeah.
Including a two-headed Shockwave.
Which is weird, but okay. But then after they fight Lockdown, Galvatron's just kind of like, you know what? The movie's long enough. I'm see you next time. Like,
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Galvatron has broken the fourth wall like that.
To just give up.
Like, we're almost out of time here. Catch ya later, I guess.
I mean, it was very in character for Mega Galvatron to be like, I'll get you next time, Gadget Prime.
Megalvatron.
And so, all this insanity.
And then Optimus Prime leaves. He
blasts
into space to go hunt down the Alpha Quintesson.
But okay, he blasts into space via his own power because now Optimus has rocket boots. Optimus got some rocket boots. And he blasts into space by his own power to apparently look for the creators. So I guess there's Quintessons now. I guess there's Quintessons now. Please, no one tell Michael Bay about Alpha Quintesson. No one tell him about Alpha Q, please.
Oh, God. I will only be okay with Alpha Q if he's played by the same guy who played him in Energon.
Yeah, get Trevor Duvall back. Oh my god. So the other weird thing was that Linkin Park, it wasn't just that Shia is gone.
Linkin Park is
gone too. With Imagine Dragons replacing them.
Imagine Dragons, more like Imagine Dinobots, or Imagine Plot.
Oh, so I'm gonna say that this is, there is something that this movie has in common with the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I do think if you recut this movie, there's a serviceable story in there.
It's a serviceable story, it's just 45 minutes long.
Yeah, had they recut the movie so it was only maybe like an hour and a half, this would have been... Also, had they focused more on the robots and made the Autobots less of assholes, this could have been an okay movie. Yeah. Okay, one other thing we need...
It pains me to agree with you here, but I'm agreeing with you here.
It pains me to say it, because this was a bad movie.
Oh yeah,
this sucked ass. Movie. I also gotta point this out. People told me there were most of the things that people said were improved really weren't. Like, for example,
you can tell the robots apart. I don't know. Could you tell what was going on in China?
A lot. No. Oh, how many times Optimus would be doing things, but it would be in the background of the scene? Like, Optimus is, like, fighting for his life, and it's happening, like, barely within view of the camera. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot the most offensive thing in this movie. Early on in the first act, there is a car chase where our heroes are in a custom car and they're being chased by a bunch of custom cars.
And none of them are Transformers.
Not a single car in the scene is a Transformer. Not one.
I mean, like, how can you do that in a Transformers movie?
Oh my god, not one car in the scene is a Transformer. It's so stupid.
That was also the line with the weirdest... That was also the scene with the weirdest dick joke.
Yeah, that... God. There's...
I hate these characters, and they should have died, like, 12 to 20 times over in this movie.
There's so many times where, like...
We lost count.
These flesh bag humans, it's like, dead... Dead. Dead.
If I were to ever watch this again, which I probably won't, I would do a death count of how many times these characters should have died.
If I were to watch this again, I'd just skip, like, the first 2 hours and watch the last 45 minutes.
I could watch Slug on loop.
The Dinobot scenes are great. Most of like I'm
I need a gif of Slug pawing at the ground.
I need a gif of Mark Wahlberg screaming "Yow!" when his daughter got kidnapped. Oh my god. This is like, guys, don't get me wrong. Like, I will admit, I think I enjoyed this one more than the last two, but not because it was good, but because there's so many outrageously terrible things in it that I have to laugh. Like, murderous... Optimus Prime screams, "I'll kill you," as often as Axe Cop screams, "I'll cut your heads off."
Uh-huh.
Like, really, Optimus and Axe Cop are the same character at this point.
I feel like Axe Cop is morally good, though.
Movie Optimus Prime and Axe Cop are essentially the same character. Like, he's a more evil version of Axe Cop. Really.
Yeah, so I was saying Axe Cop has the moral high ground, and he just chops people to bits all the time.
I will cut your heads off! Transformers spin-off of the movies where Nick Offerman plays insane murderous Optimus Prime traveling the universe looking for quintessons. I would watch the shit out of that.
And the thing is there's no other characters. It's just him.
It's just Nick Offerman as Optimus Prime killing people.
No other characters.
No other characters. It's him.
It's just him yelling at space debris, thinking that, like, the trash in space will come and attack him or something.
At this point, I wouldn't put it past this version of Optimus. I wouldn't. Wow, this sucked.
Yeah.
This sucked really hard. So, we have one movie left.
Oh no.
Oh man. So I guess
Oh no.
Did you have anything else or?
No.
Well,
someone find me a toy of the wolves, or any of the Dinobots, really.
Fair.
I will happily take those off your hands.
I am greatly in fear of Transformers: The Last Night, which is the final in the Michael Bay series. Even if the story doesn't end there, it looks like they're not making another one of these. Hopefully they'll be using Bumblebee as a template, because that one's but we'll get
the fifth movie in the trilogy is next.
I am not Mark Wahlberg, I'm not looking forward to more of him.
That was the only funny Douglas Adams joke that I'm gonna make here.
Acceptable. Alright, well, as always, everyone, thank you. Keep hitting that subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you want to find out more of the stuff we do. Hit me up on Patreon if you want to support us in our time of sorrow that was caused by these movies. And as always,
keep on spocking
in the free world.
It's Megatron! I'm gonna kill Megatron!
Mega Galva Mega.
McGalvatron!
McGalvatron.
McGalvatron! I'm unlocking my phone and it was being a bitch about it. Okay.